May I come in, ma'am?
Come in.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sirs.
Good afternoon. Sit.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dimple.
Yes, ma'am.
Apart from your name, introduce yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I belong to Palam village, Delhi. I have done my schooling from Sarvodaya Kanya Vidyalaya. Thereafter, I did my graduation from University of Delhi in electronics honors. And thereafter, I did my teacher training course in yoga, and I'm a professional yoga teacher.
Yoga is the new buzzword.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what does exactly yoga mean? And what are the 8 limbs of it?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yoga means yoga chitta vritti nirodha, that is, which removes the fluctuation of the mind. It is mentioned in Yoga Sutras also. It is defined as Ath Yoga Anushasanam, that is, to be disciplined is yoga. And ma'am, 8 limbs of yoga are Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharan, Dhyan, Samadhi.
Very right. But nowadays we see people doing only physical exercise or breathing exercise.
Yes,
what are the
ma'am.
importance of earlier steps?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Yam and Niyam are the first 2 steps. And ma'am, Yam includes social behavior, that how we behave with others. And Niyam are the personal behavior. It is about how we conduct ourselves. So these 2 are also the important part of yoga, because they will lead us to the our ultimate goal of samadhi in yoga, which is the ultimate goal is samadhi. So asana and pranayam both help us to reach there, but yam and niyam also the important part of yoga.
So your ultimate aim is samadhi or civil services?
Ma'am, civil services, which may be a samadhi for me.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Why are you coming to civil services?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, civil services will give me ample amount of opportunity to serve the people, and secondly, it will also give me satisfaction, the job satisfaction, which no other service can give me. So, yes, ma'am.
No other service can give you like job satisfaction, which will include?
Ma'am, I felt after my college, I tried to look at the other things I can do, but I found civil services more interesting, and I found I'll be more happy in that, so that's why.
So you're not happy with yoga, is it so?
I'm happy with yoga, but I don't want to pursue my career in it.
Why?
Ma'am, I want to just practice yoga as much as I can, but career-wise, I am not looking at it.
You feel it is less remunerative or less socially important?
No, ma'am, it is very remunerative, I think, because whenever I worked as a yoga teacher, I used to get a good amount of money, but money is not the source for me of happiness. So I think civil services will give me a diverse set of opportunities. So that is not present in yoga, and I want to practice yoga.
Okay, I
Yes,
got it.
ma'am.
So your optional is anthro.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me why is it so that there are various species in a
Yes,
genus, but humans are so special that we are the only species in our only genus?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the human's ability to cooperate is the one which make Homo sapiens different from other species. And secondly, the cognitive development that has taken place in the human species over the year is the another thing which makes humans different from others.
Cooperation.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are Homo erectus and other Homo species? Where are they?
Ma'am, we are the evolved version of these species. Homo erectus, Neanderthals are the one which got extinct, but we are the evolved species of the Homo erectus and other species of genus
Okay,
Homo.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Dimple, as you said, you practice yoga.
Yes, sir.
On the one hand, we see yoga, meditation, all these practices are being adopted again.
Yes.
Yoga has been also acclaimed at the international level.
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, we see in our society values going down, crimes increasing.
Yes,
How
sir.
do you see the two things together?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think there's it is a parabolic curve. I think we tend to do start with few things and then we forget them and then we again come to them. So this happened with yoga also. Similarly, the values we are forgetting, we forgot, but I think we are again moving towards our traditional values, and we can see this from the social media campaigns. So we are propagating the women rights or the rights of our children or the respect for elderlies. So I believe we are moving towards them again. Yes, but at some point of the time we forget them.
What do you think? Traditional values are good, are better, or the modern values are better?
Sir, in my opinion, a fine balance of both is required. That some modern values and some traditional values, which can lead to a peaceful world and more harmony in the world, are the best.
Can you give some examples?
Yes, sir. Sir, for example, today's world is more filiocentric, that is more affection towards the child. So, in my opinion, it is a good thing because child needs nourishment. Earlier, child used to be seen as a source of labor, seen as a labor. But now we are going towards more filiocentric world. But we should not forget that we should also respect our elders in our homes. So, I think fine balance of both is required.
You are saying it is child-centric, but when I am seeing the world, I am seeing it as a self-centric.
Yes, sir.
So is it correct? People are self-obsessed. Have you observed this?
Yes, sir, it is also the case, but I think majority of the people are not self-centric. There is a there are few people who are self-obsessed, but I think majorly world is not self-centric, or people are thinking about others also, and yes, sir.
Majority is society-centric.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Dimple.
Yes,
You are coming from Delhi.
Yes, sir.
In Delhi, we are saying there is free electricity, free water.
Yes,
what
sir.
the Prime Minister phrased as reverie culture.
Yes, sir.
Government has also given this free bus ride for women.
Yes, sir.
What's your take on that? What's your view on that?
Yes, sir. Sir, freebies can be of two types. One is structural, and if structural freebies are those which can lead to, which have more benefits in the longer run. So I support those kind of subsidies which can have benefits in the longer run. But the subsidies to lure the voters, are not in the support of those kind of subsidies. For example, free buses for women, free bus tickets for the women. Sir, I think it is empowering women. It is the commutation has become easy for women. They don't have to pay for to travel. So it is in a way empowering women. But if I am distributing bicycle or I'm sorry, sir, but if I am distributing some liquor, etc., these kind of subsidies.
No one is distributing liquor. For God's sake, who can dare to distribute liquor in India?
Sir, I'm sorry, I don't know. I cannot recall the right word, but I think I'm in the favor of structural subsidies, which are.
What about water and electricity?
Yes, sir.
देना चाहिए या नहीं देना चाहिए?
Yes, sir. So they are creating huge debt on government exchequer. But they should come with a sunset clause that for these much years we will give, and after that we will not give.
Okay, Dimple.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Dimple.
Yes, sir.
To the Honorable Chair, you answered that no other job can give you the job satisfaction that the civil services gives.
Yes, sir.
And I see in your draft you have appeared for CDS also. So you mean to say that being in the army, if you were selected in the army or the defense forces,
yes, sir.
the level of satisfaction would not be comparable to the one in the civil services?
Sir, I did not appear for the CDS exam. I just filled the form. So, but I wanted to appear. Sir, yes, sir. At that moment of time, I was not able to do well in my life, and I was not able to clear the exam. So I was exploring other option also, and army is also a great profession. It also gives us the opportunity to serve the people, but civil services gives the opportunity to serve directly. We can directly serve the people, and in the
I'm just focusing upon the job satisfaction part that you mentioned.
Yes, sir.
Can you compare the both?
The army and civil services? Yes. So I believe both can give the equal amount of job satisfaction.
You also answered about the cooperation responsible for the evolution of human beings.
Yes, sir.
But is it not contrary to Darwin's concept of the survival of the fittest?
Yes, sir. Sir, survival of the fittest says that due to the changing environmental condition, only the fittest will survive. And humans, but it is not contrary, but it is also, it is like with more cooperation. For example, other species who are not able to cooperate more, they extincted because of this theory, fittest of the survival. But we are the ones who are surviving because of our ability to cooperate with each other and mutually benefit each other.
If you were Vladimir Putin,
Yes, sir.
what would it take for you to end the Ukraine war?
Yes, sir. Sir, if the expansion of NATO has not been taken place, so I would have stopped the war.
So what will it take now? The expansion is already there.
Yes,
Finland
sir.
has already joined.
Yes, sir.
So now what is it that Vladimir Putin would want?
Sir, I think negotiation and diplomacy is required.
Is it what the Russian president is looking for?
No, sir.
What would be that one thing which will end the war?
Sorry, sir. I'm
Okay.
not able.
You also mentioned about the heliocentric world that we are creating, the parents having extra love for the child.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. As you told that earlier, the children were looked upon as labor, as a part of the labor.
Yes, sir.
But now the amount of love or affection we are showing towards children is increasing.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that it is creating weak citizens? It is somehow leading to weak citizens of the country?
Yes, sir. Sir, in my opinion, love and affection cannot make somebody weak. It can make them more stronger, in my opinion. So we are making them, becoming the role model for them to lead a life with more love and compassion
But
for others.
what we are seeing is parents are not ready to put the students in some adverse circumstances which will challenge and help them struggle and grow. So is it not somehow making them weak?
Yes, sir. Sir, in my opinion, heliocentric world is showing more love and affection to the child, but it is not that protecting them always. So, if we are protecting them always from any kind of crisis or that kind of situation, so we are making them weak. But if we are just showing them love and affection and showing that world is world is more compassionate, we are becoming example for them, so they can also lead such a life where they are more compassionate with the other people of
One
the
final question, Dimple.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a statement. I want your views on that.
Yes,
The
sir.
standard you walk past
Yes, sir.
is the standard you accept.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think by this statement is saying that the kind of things we let go, if I see something happening and I let go it, then I think I am accepting it. For example, someone disrespecting women and I saw it but I let go it, so I think in a way I am accepting it. I'm not sure about it, but I think it means like that. Yes.
Hi, Dimple.
Yes.
Have you heard of Nirbhaya case?
Yes, ma'am.
What anomalies in the legal system were brought forth by this particular case?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Nirbhaya gang rape case of 2011 brings into limelight that we do not have the zero FIR thing in our police police system. For example, she was not into the areas, so we cannot file the FIR outside that area. So Verma committee has also recommended to include zero FIR, that FIR can be filed anywhere in any thana. And secondly, ma'am, the police response was very late during that time. She was laying down in the road for many hours. So I think that was the another thing. And
anomalies in the legal system.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the case took many years to resolve. So the judicial delay which happened.
Judicial delay or judicial pendency? because of
Judicial
the-
pendency and the justice which is delayed.
Any particular act that was amended? Nirbhaya Act, have you heard of it?
No, ma'am.
Any particular guidelines that have been issued after that?
Ma'am, Verma committee guideline has been issued.
What are they?
Ma'am, to include zero FIR and to have more women safety in the metropolitan cities. It focuses upon that. And thirdly, yes, ma'am, this much.
Juvenile Justice Act. Some amendment was done for that particular thing also?
Yes, ma'am, it reduced the age to 16 years. Yes,
What are
ma'am.
Vishakha guidelines?
Ma'am, to protect the women from the sexual harassment at the workplaces.
When was it postulated?
Ma'am, I'm not sure exactly.
Have you heard of glass ceiling effect?
Yes, ma'am.
What it is?
Ma'am, glass ceiling effect is when equal opportunities to the women is not given at the higher level. So there's a hidden ceiling to them to reach at the higher level in their career.
So can I say pseudo feminism? It is equivalent to male bashing, and pseudo feminists are doing more harm than good for the empowerment of women. Can I say that?
Ma'am, feminism, you mentioned pseudo-feminism.
Pseudo-feminism.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, feminism promotes equality of rights for both men and women. But if we are trying to belittle any gender, then it is wrong. So, in my opinion, also pseudo-feminism is not correct.
What is pseudo-feminism?
Ma'am, I'm not sure, ma'am.
And see, you've talked about traditional values and the modern values.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I say that the family system that was prevalent in India, traditionally
Yes,
it was
ma'am.
joint family system.
Yes, ma'am.
It is moving to nuclear family system.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it due to, don't you think it is because of the women empowerment and women independence? Is it responsible for the breakdown of the Indian joint family system?
Ma'am, a breakdown of Indian joint family system has many reasons. First is industrialization. Secondly, urbanization.
How industrialization?
Ma'am, for the work, male counterpart has to go to the other places, and for that reason, the small families in and around the cities are forming. And secondly, urbanization. So they are settling in the urban areas for the better opportunities. So women education and women jobs can be one of the reason, but they are not the only reason. There are other reasons also, and I think both the counterparts are equally responsible for moving towards the nuclear family.
Is it a positive development from your perspective?
Ma'am, in India, the rate of nuclear family, the formation of nuclear family is very low. It is only 2% only as per the 2011 census. So it is not. So we are still living in a traditional value system of joint family. So I think.
So you, from your perspective, it is a good development, or it is a bad development?
Ma'am, it is both. It is not bad, it is not good also. So it is both, because family provides us emotional support, and in nuclear family we can focus upon more our career. So we can have more career centric life in that. So it is both. It depends on the person how they want to pursue. Yes.
Dimple, do you like Delhi?
Yes, sir.
So if we were to go to some places for sightseeing in Delhi, what all places will you take us?
Yes, sir. Sir, India Gate, firstly India Gate, and secondly Qutub Minar, and also Humayun's tomb, the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and Red Fort. Yes, sir, these places.
So you would want to serve in Delhi as well?
Yes, sir.
But then don't you think DENIPS and DENICS should be little higher on the preference?
Yes, sir.
I think it's in your case it's 17th and 18th.
Yes, sir.
So why is it so?
Sir, I was not more aware about these services, so that's why I put it on 16, 17 number. But I was more interested in the all India services. I want to serve in any part of the country. I was given this opportunity to give my preferences. That's why I put Delhi on the first.
Admit card on the first.
Yes, admit card.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what are the steps that need to be taken for male empowerment?
Yes, sir. Sir, for male empowerment, I think education and awareness is important. And secondly, for example, we celebrate International Women Day. So we should equally celebrate the International Men Day, which is on 19th of November. So we can also celebrate it with more same kind of enthusiasm. And thirdly, being vocal about the male rights. So I think these will help in male empowerment.
So are you aware about Article 239AA?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, it led to the formation of National Capital Territory of Delhi as a union territory. Yes, sir.
So what more does it deal with? Any controversy about elected government and the Lieutenant Governor?
Yes, sir. With respect to the rights of Lieutenant Governor and the elected government, so every bill has to pass through the approval of Lieutenant Governor, so which act as a hindrance in the working of elected government.
So how are you saying bill has to pass through Lieutenant Governor? On what basis?
Sir, for his approval, any bill has to pass, after passing of the bill, it has to go through the Lieutenant Governor.
Is it written somewhere?
Sir, it is in the Act itself.
Which act?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able to.
What is the meaning of NCR region?
Yes, sir.
Why there is NCR region?
Yes, sir. Sir, NCR includes the nearby areas of Delhi also. For example, Ghaziabad.
Yes, that we are aware. But why is it a concept? What purpose does it serve?
Yes, sir. Sir, Delhi has become the center for the more jobs for the people from the different states. So this NCR Planning Board has been created for the interstate cooperation in this aspect. Yes, 1985.
So, what are your views about menstrual leave?
Yes, sir. Sir, in my opinion, menstrual leave is a good step ahead, because some women suffer from a very very severe pain during their menstrual cycle. But for example, just like our minister has also said, it is not a handicap. So only those women who are suffering from such pain should be given the opportunity to have that leave. And we can also have include it in a paid leave of companies, so that they can assure the benefits.
So you basically say there should be a menstrual leave.
Yes, sir. In my opinion, there should be a menstrual leave.
Dimple, are we getting westernized or modernized?
Yes, sir. So we are getting both. We are getting westernized also and modernized also. So whereas westernized is a negative connotation, but being modernized is a positive connotation. Adopting Western culture, adopting bad things of Western culture should not be done, but the modernization includes having good technology, being vocal about a liberal equal rights and liberty. So this is modernization, and we are becoming both. We are at some point of at some things we are becoming westernized, and in other things we are becoming modernized. So.
In one of the questions, you mentioned that when you were being asked that maybe yoga is not that remunerative, you mentioned that you used to get a good money.
Yes, sir.
But what you have mentioned here is something like, would you like to clarify that?
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir, I used to take only 2 classes in a month, or maybe 1 class in a month. So that's why I have mentioned that amount of money. So, but otherwise, if I have taken more classes, for example, if I have taken 10 classes in a month, then it would have led to more money.
Okay, the last question. Past year has seen many fluctuations in the share market.
Yes, sir.
You must have seen Sensex going up and down a lot, Nifty.
Yes, sir.
So what is the reason for that?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not.
That's fine. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Dimple,
Yes, ma'am.
what will you choose? India or Bharat?
Ma'am, both, as Constitution talks about both, that India, that is Bharat, shall be Union of States. So,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
IAS or IFS?
IAS, ma'am.
IRS customs or IRS income tax?
IRS income tax, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Dimple.
Thank you, ma'am. May I come in? Come in.
So, Dimple, what is your own evaluation about the interview?
Ma'am, it was not good.
Why? What do you think?
Ma'am, I was not able to say things in a systematic manner. I was very confused, so I changed the question many times. I don't know. I was talking about something else and the question was different.
So this is your first interview?
Yes, ma'am.
First mock?
No, ma'am. Second mock.
Second mock.
Yes, ma'am.
So have you improved from your first mock?
Yes, ma'am, but I think not. The improvement is not that much good. So.
Okay, what I'll tell you. So, Dimple, there are certain improvements that will help you get good marks in interview.
Yes, ma'am.
So there is always a high expectation that will start with you. You look very polished, urban, educated,
Yes, ma'am.
and your profile is from Delhi. A board expects a certain level,
Yes, ma'am.
and you will have to maintain that to get good marks.
Yes, ma'am.
Else, coming at a score of 160, 150 doesn't help.
Yes, ma'am.
And you should get a good score to get a good rank.
Yes, ma'am.
Else, again, examination. You know that.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll tell you only those things which you can improve.
Yes, ma'am.
First, that when you are speaking,
Yes, ma'am.
your facial expressions are changing as you are not able to answering. You're not able to answer, then underconfident, then confused.
Yes, ma'am.
Your facial expressions are also changing. Second, there are certain areas where content is not very profound or very deep.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you can use number system, ma'am or sir, I have 3 points for this, 1, 2, 3, that helps.
Yes, ma'am.
And wherever you are not sure, say, sir, I am not able to recall, or sir, I don't know currently, but I will read about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Saying anything wrong, not good.
Yes, ma'am.
Wherever you are not sure, just say, sir, I am not sure, but according to me, according to my present knowledge, this.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Apart from that, don't get trapped. You got trapped few times?
Yes, ma'am.
When sir asked about your yoga and all these things, you got trapped again and again. By civil services, you got trapped.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't get trapped. Have a clear vision.
Yes.
So what will you do? Rather than giving more mocks or all these things, sit, start thinking through that if this question is asked, what can be my answer?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are coming to help people only in civil services, why not open NGO?
Yes, ma'am.
It will give me a career opportunity. Something like this,
Yes,
which gives a
ma'am.
balanced understanding that you really want it and why.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you will have to look a little more mature. है ना. Like the social question, है ना. You went inside in the social question, then came back outside. You were like नहीं ये वाली बात नहीं थी. ऐसा नहीं करना. जो भी आंसर देना है, concrete answer one time. ठीक है. You have time.
Yes, ma'am.
Best part is that you have time. You are not in the first list,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you have time and you can improve drastically.
Yes,
And all these things doesn't require too much effort. It requires the shift of mindset only. Fine?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And at the end you started looking a little tired. जल्दी ख़त्म करो interview type का look आ गया था. है ना? Try not to have it.
Yes,
Fine?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Best wishes. And I'm pretty sure that with your, because you know you look very decent, and when you entered, very confident. And this pushed you, this actually puts a lot of a kind of an expectation on you, you know. And if you fulfill, good marks, high potential.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Best
Thank you.
wishes.